Hey everyone, welcome back to Poplar Preparedness. This is another subscriber update reports coming from you guys from around the world, quite literally. We're going to be seeing some shortages and some things that are going on over in Spain, as well as some other places. Please do keep your reports coming on what you're seeing on your store shelves, events that are happening around you, and people that you've talked to that you've gathered some information that would be really useful to other people. Towards the end of this video, there'll be a couple tips coming from you guys, and there is going to be a full tip video full of tips from you guys in an upcoming episode. Let's jump right into it. Marco T. in Murcia, Spain. This past Monday, started a strike of truckers, so now people are panic buying and stocking up food and gas. In Mercadona, which is like a Walmart. Sunflower oil was gone. The purchase was limited to one bottle, a 5-liter bottle of oil per day per customer. Olive oil seemed okay. The 1 kilogram bags of flour were gone. Round rice is almost gone. Macaroni, pasta, 90% picked. But the rest of pastas seemed okay. So we have a surplus of macaroni pasta here in the United States and a shortage there in Spain. Maybe we can work something out. It says, but the rest of the pasta seemed okay. Eggs at 50%. Veggies and frozen goods were well stocked. Price increases. Flour cost 41 cents 1 month ago, now 50 cents and rising. The inflation is getting to 10%. Gas prices, 2.10 euros per liter. Things are getting messy. People are afraid of war. Rebel Girl. Aldi's in Spring Hill, Florida. 3 packages of chicken breasts. Just 3 packages of chicken breast. No regular pasta. Plenty of pasta on the Hispanic aisle, which I got a bag of egg noodles and elbows. No saltines. No oyster crackers, no canned hams or chili, no store-brand canned biscuits. That is good advice to you guys out there. If you can't find something in the regular section, you might want to check the ethnic food sections because sometimes they have redundant things or maybe just different brand names over at those places, but you might still be able to get what you need over there. Caroline R. in Huntingdon, Pennsylvania, which is out towards the center of the state. Aldi, their cracker section was decimated. The entire bottom shelf was gone. Chicken was sparse, canned goods were low, and vinegars were very low. Applesauce was non-existent. Saw the employees trying their best to stock. Walmart. Fresh vegetables were low, some bins completely empty. Canned goods were low. I saw them trying to add corn, peas, carrots. No canned, regular potatoes, not even in the tall people section. Tall people section. Gotta love it, right? There were some sweet potatoes. Dairy section was heinous. Yogurts were almost gone, so were cream cheeses, regular cheeses, sour creams, and almost no milk. Some of the milk was already expired. Yikes. Check the dates on everything you're getting, guys, because some of it is, they're starting to put stuff out, hoping that nobody notices, okay? Whether it's just because they're just not checking or whether it's just, it's already expired by the time it gets to the store, right? Ramen, as expected, the regular section was very low. The Asian section was wiped out except for a few single packs of ramen. Meat was very low. Gallon jugs of water almost completely out. Luckily, there was some pasta, but I have noticed their section in the aisle has gotten much smaller, not like it used to be. Also, employees were trying to make the shelves look packed with odd shelf placement. Example, Campbell's soup 4-packs were laying on their sides to fill up the shelf. You couldn't see what kind they were unless you pulled one off the shelf. And staples such as beans and lentils were almost completely gone. I could hear employees talking to each other saying, "It's because people are worried about the war." Watching my fellow shoppers, you had your normal shopper still buying their needs for a few days. Then you had others you could tell were stockpiling. All right. Tiaza D. This one may be off the wall, but here in upstate South Carolina, we have a party supply shortage, right? I had a heck of a time finding birthday candles, tablecloth covers with balloon decor, and things I would need to make my strawberry frosting. I'm big on celebrating that special day and had to go to 3 stores to find what I needed. No birthday cake, ice cream. Had to improvise with vanilla ice cream. All right. Lucky Robin's Homestead, north of Seattle. Hagen, which is also owns Top Foods, so it's a grocery store. Milk was sparse. Most of the eggs were gone. Just had the organic or pasture-raised ones. Fresh frozen fish used to take up 2 freezer sections, but was down to 1. There are still big holes in TV dinners, but plenty of frozen pizza. Fresh fish was decimated. There was chicken, but it wasn't a brand I recognize, and it was full of solution to enhance flavor. It was only 1 layer deep with holes, 1 layer of product with holes. No whole chickens at all, no breasts, only thighs and boneless thighs. There was no pork at all besides bacon, ham, and sausage. There was a spot for corned beef, but no corned beef. They did have turkeys that were between $20 and $25, and I was tempted to get one for Thanksgiving and for Christmas because who knows what the prices will be like then. That's a thought, guys. If you do see a good price on a turkey, you might want to throw one in the freezer. I couldn't find any Chex cereal, not even plain. No flour, no salt, very low pepper, almost no sugar. Rice is stocked again and found corned beef hash and roast beef hash for the first time in ages. I found egg noodles for the first time in a year. No spaghetti or anything else pasta-based except, you guessed it, macaroni noodles. We got to get those on a ship over to Spain soon, okay? There was plenty of plain tomato sauce and rotel, but only 2 jars of pasta sauce. There were a lot of canned chilies, but no dried. Spices had holes all over the rack. The chip aisle was half as big, and there were cute stuffed animals for Easter in their place. Well, they probably are healthier, yeah. As for the produce, in the area that usually has grapes and berries, half of it was taken up by take-and-bake pizzas. Most of the produce looked like it had better days. Potatoes and sweet potatoes seemed very well stocked after being low for months. Onions were extremely low, down to 1 layer with many holes, and there were no bagged onions. Green onions and radishes have doubled in price since 6 months ago. All right. That was, once again, north of Seattle, Washington. Village Homestead says, Target in North Syracuse, New York. They had a lot of empty spaces on their food aisles. Junk food is pretty much stocked. However, the basics are pretty empty. Cat food and cat litter is almost non-existent. Dog food is pretty limited. All the rest of the aisles in the general merchandise area look like they need some cleaning up and reorganizing. Over-the-counter meds pretty much gone. That just gets to the fact, folks, that really there does seem to be a plan here, and I think it is the dogs trying to eradicate the world of the cats, which would explain why there's so much cat food shortages out there. And yet we still have dog food. L. Jetson says, visited 3 different Wally Worlds. One had a rationing sign for baby formula, limit 5 per child per day. All 3 locations' lowest price ones were completely gone. Could have been due to WIC. Folks, when we start talking about rationing, sometimes I think people hear numbers like that and they say, well, kids don't need more than 5 per day, right? But you got to remember, how many times is that mother or that family supposed to go to the store? Are they supposed to go to the store every single day? That's a good question, right? So if they have to go several times a week when they would normally just go once a week, that's putting more pressure on families like that. So rationing might seem to make sense at first, but then once you crunch the numbers, is that how much people would buy for 1 week? Lisa R. says, our small grocery store in southeastern Oklahoma is usually well stocked. However, certain foods were depleted, such as pasta, crackers, and biscuits. I found canning supplies at our local True Value store. So far, Tractor Supply has plenty of seeds. You can also pick up cheap food-grade buckets and pet food there, as they were well stocked. Folks, something I wanted to throw in there about seeds. I see this so much online. People talking about, my seeds are non-GMO. Well, of course your seeds are non-GMO. You can't buy GMO seeds unless you're on the black market or something, right? Pretty much any seeds that you're going to be able to buy are not going to be GMO. So when you buy one packet and it says non-GMO seeds, and you buy another, you look at another packet and it doesn't say that, it doesn't mean it's GMO. GMO is expensive product that you have to sign a contract for as a professional farmer, saying that you won't harvest any of the seeds, that you won't try planting any of those seeds, and you have to go through this whole process to get approved in order to buy GMO seeds. And they're limited to just certain products too. So I see all the time, like thing will say like non-GMO tomatoes and stuff like that. And you got to be aware of which products even have GMO variations. A lot of them don't have any variations on them. So you can save yourself a good bit of money sometimes by reading through that packaging and actually having some common sense about, hey, this vegetable doesn't even have a GMO variation, so why would I pay extra for a non-GMO variation, right? Tracy Y. says, Greenville, South Carolina, yesterday went to Costco. They had limited chicken, but more than they had previously. Limited lamb meat also. So if you guys are stocking up for Passover or a Christian version of Passover, you might want to watch the lamb out there. I don't know if there's a lamb shortage, but keep an eye on that if that's very important to you. Otherwise, it is stocked better than last month, but you never know next time you go to Costco what they will have or not have. Store was really crowded. Looks like many people are stocking up. I get the sense that there is more going on. I haven't been to the store recently because I just haven't wanted to go to the store. When you're stocked up, you don't have to go to the store. How nice is that, right? Lori D. says Aldi in Central Florida, barely any sugar or flour, just a few bags left. Cereal was almost empty. Freezer was empty of all types of breaded, pre-cooked chicken. All right, here's a couple tips for you guys from folks out there. Maddie says, hi from Australia. When SHTF, when the stuff starts hitting the fan, watch what you put in your trash can. For example, wrappers, food packets. When people get hungry, they will sort through trash cans and see that you're still eating fine. You'll have knocks galore on your door. And someone else replied back to that, well, if there's no food, then there might not be trash service as well. But that does go towards the same idea. If you have a big trash pile that you're burning lots of plastic on, people are going to start wondering where that's coming from. So be careful about your waste disposal. If you're trying to fly beneath the radar, you might want to actually bury your trash because that does keep it out of sight. Or if you can burn it without drawing too much attention, there's that too. North Maine guy, who is one of our moderators, besides harvesting wild mushrooms and dandelions, I also harvest cattails. They are all around marshy areas, plus they are high in starch as well as vitamins A, B, and C, phosphorus, manganese, and potassium. You can also harvest the pollen and make flour out of it. The roots are your basic tubers and can be boiled and eaten like potatoes. So that's one for you guys out there. Cattails, definitely a great thing if you live near any marshy area for harvesting for food. All right, guys, I will see you again here tomorrow at 6 a.m. If you want to check out another video, I'm not sure if you've seen that one already, but if you haven't, otherwise I'll see you later.